Hey guys, welcome back to part 2. At part 1 we finished with the mosque in London, and now we're moving on to talk about Palestine and Israel. Right, so let me take our listeners back in time 2,000 years.
Okay.
The Jews are living in Israel. They've got the Judean state.
But before you continue, can I just say that I'm quite neutral on this topic? I don't really have a formed opinion yet.
So. Oh, that's nice. 2,000, right, brilliant. 2,000 years ago. So Titus rocks up in Judea, absolutely pillages the land, has a massive war, the Judean War. All the stuff is carried back to Rome. The menorah, the table, which offers the bread, the candlesticks, and the golden tube horns of the synagogue. It was more of a temple back then than a synagogue. And we can see that happen, like it's brought to life today in Rome by the Arch of Titus. It's a massive triumphal arch on the Via Sacra in Rome, and it shows the oppression of Jews. Is what it does. So roll forward 2,000 years. Here we are today. We've got Muslims, Christians. Actually, sorry, no. Going back 2,000 years.
Okay, right back in.
So there's a Jewish historian called Josephus who writes all this stuff down, and there's eyewitnesses of the arch and lots of records and things. And Christians looked after and rewrote. So monks during the Middle Ages, scholars from all the way from 500 AD right up to modern day have been keeping these historical checks in order so we can read them. They looked after the Arch of Titus so we can see what's going on. Okay. So Christians and Jews have been working together for years in order to preserve history. Okay. And now everyone's against Israel just because they don't want their cities to be destroyed by a bunch of Palestinians.
The reason though, well, not everyone's against Israel. In fact, the USA is quite friendly with Israel.
Yeah, everyone apart from neocons in the USA hates Israel.
I wouldn't say that's true. I think it's very true. I know conservatives who are. I know one guy who's adamantly against Israel.
Neoconservatives, mainly in the US, are pro-Israel. They are the only group of people who are pro-Israel.
Oh no! I wouldn't say that's true.
Okay, what would you say is true?
I'd say that. Well, I'd say that yes, neoconservatives in the US are one of the big factors of people, the big factions of people that are for it. But I wouldn't say that they're the only people, the only group that are for it. And against.
Okay. Well, who are the other groups?
Well, no. It's just people's political affiliations doesn't really dictate issues like this. This issue is more of a religious issue, isn't it? This issue is not necessarily a religious issue. It's a much deeper issue than political ideology. Is this issue?
Well, let's put it this way: most libertarians don't like Israel. Leftists don't like Israel. Muslims and Nazis don't like Israel.
Of course, Nazis don't like Israel. I mean, come on.
And neither do the majority of the Islamic people in the East, because they're the ones fighting against them.
Right. So explain your views against them. Explain your views about Israel, Palestine, the Gaza Strip, and all.
Well,
malarkey.
Jews have been oppressed for more than 2,000 years.
Correct.
And it is probably the worst thing that humans have ever done in history. Right?
Either that or slavery.
I'm not too sure about that. They get back to their
slavery.
They get back to their holy land, right? And all they have support from the US, and all they have is constant oppression from everyone else. All the Saudis, the Palestinians, and the people in the south and the east, they're all trying to fight back in, right? The Christians have worked with the Jews to keep their history alive and to keep their heritage alive, and all it is being oppressed by the East.
The thing is that, don't you think that because it was originally the Palestinians' land, though, it wasn't. I don't really know much about this topic. It's sort of a topic where the more you learn about it, the less you know. But yeah. Don't you think that because the Palestinians originally held the land as their own territory, don't you think that that's...
Well, I'll put it this way. Judaism is one of the oldest religions. Islam was sort of not founded, but it became popular in the 1400s.
It was founded far before then. It was founded far before then, James.
Judaism is older than Islam. That's a fact.
Yeah. But you can't say that.
So
it was around
and
the
the
1400s.
Jews, and the Jews were living in that land, right? When the Romans invaded, that's why he went on a little anecdote about Josephus, and now it's being fought back, just because the people, the Saudis and the Palestinians want land.
The thing is,
it's not their land; it's the Jews.
But the Palestinians did have the land, and then the Jews were basically just plonked there and said, "Here you go, have some land, regardless of the people."
Yes, but this is the Jewish Holy Land.
Right. So does that mean that they?
So it's their right. It's their right to live.
So
there.
are we putting religious freedoms now over government territory?
We're not talking about government, Alistair. It's
Are we saying that I could start a new religion today? I don't know, toiletism or something. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's just say I start a new religion, and I said, here is my holy land. Okay, this means that in 100 years, I will have the rights to this because it's my holy land. Are we saying that?
It's different. It's different because Judaism is older than Islam, and the histories of the Jews living in Israel or Judea go back further than when Muslims do. So it's their land.
Okay, is it right? Okay, right. I don't necessarily agree with you. I think it's neutral. But what are you going to say about Trump?
Well, Trump obviously has said he wants the embassy to be in Jerusalem instead of.
Yeah, he did. That was not a good plan.
Well, hang on a second. Bush said the same thing, and Obama said the same thing, but it only gets pulled up when Trump says it.
Yeah.
Right. Whether you like it or not, Obama and Bush both said they would back Israel and they would move the embassy to Jerusalem.
Well, then all three of them are being massive idiots. Then because
how come?
Because this conflict is such that it's got the world divided on what to believe in, and if one person says one thing, it's going to piss the other half off. So and especially when this was at the United Nations, was it not? That Trump said this. I
think so.
Yeah, no, it was in the United Nations, and that's supposed to be coming together for peace. And Trump's here saying, "I'm basically putting more privilege on Israel than
someone's right to land who live there." Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not just someone's right to land, because the Palestinians have also got every right to live there.
No, they haven't got every right to live there because it's not their land.
How is it not their land? Although holy land, they were there. It was their land, and we just basically said, "Here you go, Jews, have some land." It was their land before then.
Yeah, after millions of them died, they had nowhere to. They had nothing.
So what?
Do we just leave them to die in Europe?
No, but
it was a humanitarian crisis, Alistair.
But James,
you don't just leave them to die. You give them their land, which they lived in for thousands of years.
What? So we take away the land of someone else and give it back to them?
But they don't own it. It's like taxation being theft.
Don't go on to that. We don't go on to that. The Palestinians, okay, they did own the land though. They may not have owned in the past, but I mean, hell, we didn't. The America didn't own Puerto Rico in the past. The Americans didn't own Cuba in the past. The Americans didn't own Hawaii in the past. The Americans didn't own Alaska now. If for whatever reason Russia comes up saying, okay, there's a holy monument in Alaska, that means we own it. That's not going to go down well, is it?
No, of course not. But there's no. I don't really know what I'm trying to say. But the land morally, spiritually, and historically belongs to the Jewish people.
No, it only belongs to Jewish people religiously. It only belongs to Jewish people religiously. Historically, no. History. Okay, when it comes to history of land, history doesn't matter. Okay, the boundaries have moved millions of times in the past. Whether that be the Qing dynasty of the Chinese Republican Empire and stuff, whether that be the Soviet Union, borders have moved. Right, land has been taken away from other civilizations.
So let's look at the history of US land, okay?
Okay, right.
So you've got a bunch of Native Americans living there. British rock up, Europeans rock up, kill them all, and then say this is our land.
Yes.
Right, and that's all right by your reckoning.
I don't think it's all right. I think loads of people died, but the fact is that's what happened.
You think loads of people died, right? That's nice.
No, so, James, you're taking my words out of context.
That's exactly what you said.
No. I said, okay, I don't think it's right that loads of people die. I never think it's right for people to die. I don't like war, but okay, that is what happened, That happened in 1776. They kicked out the Mexicans. They killed loads of Native Americans. It's not good, but it happened.
Okay, so Abraham Lincoln.
So is this a conspiracy theory, or is this legitimately?
No. This is what happened. This is history.
Okay.
Abraham Lincoln ordered the death of an estimated 600 to 900,000 Native Americans in the Civil War.
He was trying to stop the Civil War, though, wasn't he? A war which could have destroyed one of the largest nations to exist.
So what? So the lives of Americans are more important than the lives of the native people.
No, James, you do
they're not.
this.
Exactly.
You do this.
We're agreeing.
Take my
we are agreeing. They are not.
Okay.
We are agreeing on that point.
Human life is worth all the same, but it was. I would rather have less people die than more people die.
What? Alistair, I can't just rock up with a bunch of my friends in, I don't know, France and say, here's payback for 1066 and start killing people. No.
I don't think.
So the same way that Americans started killing Native Americans is wrong, and the same way that Palestine and things have been at war with Israel for so long. It's Israeli land. It's Christian Jewish land.
It's only their land religiously, though, isn't it?
No. It's their historical birthright.
So you think that we should give reparations to the? I think we should give reparations, but we can't just take someone's land. That's where the issue is. We're just coming in and.
Well, you say that. You say that. So yeah. So
they should just live together in peace. Why
so
can't they
the
live
land
together?
the land is Jewish. The Muslims come in and take it, which is okay. And then when the Jewish people try to take it back after the war, that's suddenly bad.
Well, that's why they're fighting, because
you're saying it's
because
wrong
the Muslims don't want to give up their land. The Jews don't want to give it up either.
You're saying
that's why they're
wrong.
fighting.
You're saying it's wrong for people to take land which isn't theirs. Yeah. That's what you're saying. No,
it's just human nature, though. I think if you go around killing people, that's wrong. But we in the past, nothing would have ever been achieved if we'd all just sat home in the countries. You have to expand, you have to invade, you have to conquer.
So it's okay now for Jews to be oppressed once again.
No, it's not okay for Jews to be. I never said that, James.
So it's their land, and they're being oppressed, and that's okay. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm not saying that, James. I'm not saying that at all.
How can you be on someone's side who's trying to?
I'm not on the Palestinian side. I'm just trying to provide a counter argument to your argument, because how boring of a podcast would this be if I just said, "Yep, you're correct, right"? I'm trying to provide a neutral layer here.
Let me simplify it. This land belongs to the Jewish people, right?
Religiously.
Now, some of them go to Europe and have a look around. Some of them stay, and in that absence, the Muslims decide that it's theirs. Oh, okay, that's okay, according to you. That's all right. But when they come back after millions have been murdered, right, it's suddenly bad for them to want their land back because it's theirs.
But the thing is, though, James, it is in other countries. It doesn't matter.
It's not
that
in other countries.
It doesn't matter.
Israel's.
It doesn't matter that a million have been murdered.
It doesn't matter.
No. Listen. You cut me off. It doesn't matter that a million have been murdered to the other nation that's having their country divided in two, just to allow the UN to put these people in. Sure, I think matters massively that the Jews should get reparations for the oppression that they faced during the years. But to the Palestinians, it doesn't matter at all, because to them they're facing a much bigger loss, which is their land.
No, so land is more important than human life.
Well, James, to them, yes, that's why they're fighting.
Right. So these people, the Jews want to live, and they are being oppressed by people who put land above people.
Yes.
That sounds incredibly conservative.
Muslims are conservative. Muslims are conservative authoritarian.
So it's okay for them to invade someone's land because it's their land, but it really isn't. If I convince myself that my next door neighbour's house is my land, and I have a 100-year war with them, that's justified because I think it's my land.
Well, no, but the
no, because it's not my land.
There's a difference, though. There's a difference, though, isn't there, James?
No.
Yes.
No, there's no difference whatsoever. That's exactly what's happened. People live somewhere. Someone comes in and says this is now ours. Not much we can do about it.
That's history.
Okay?
That's history.
Oh, but when they want to go back, because millions have